Alrighty, guys and gals, welcome back to the Iron Man challenge. We're on the Mage. Her name, you know it. It's Susie.
Hey.
There she is. I made my way back over here to the crossroads, as you can see. And that's because we've got some green quests to attend to. Yes, we do. I can't have that, my friend, but I appreciate it. So we've got a couple of things we need to do. Some low-level quests. Fortunately... Oh, sure, brother. There you are. Yeah.
Hi there.
You're welcome. I can't have your stuff, but I don't want you to see when I get rid of it. I don't want you to see me get rid of it. Because I have mental problems. And I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Anyway, a lot of this stuff we won't get credit for, but it has follow-ups and things like that, so that's why we're going to do them. It's also very safe. I don't think we need these. We're heading back around this little ridge here. Oh, wait. How you doing, brother? You all right? Yeah. We have an entire rested bar of XP, which I guess is nice. Well, it is nice because I want to get to level 20. Level 20 is a big one for the Mage. We get Blink. I think we get an upgraded rank of Frost Nova, and I think we get Blizzard. Let's give this guy some intellect. Extra mana. Where's your pet at, brother? He could be doing a like a melee hunter or something. Special rules. Stuff like that. I found a cool little channel. I'm going to give the guy a shout out right now. Let me get to someplace safe. I think it's Impy Wow. Let me see. Let me pull this up. A couple of cool little channels. I love discovering small little channels. Also I discovered Gaming Grandma, Gaming GMA. That's right. Looks like a new channel. I'm going to share my display here. There we are. Here's Gaming GMA. Yeah, I think she games with her husband. Very cool. If you happen to see this, welcome. And here's, Impy Classic WoW. This guy's doing hardcore challenges, specific rules. Melee hunter with no pet. He's a druid melee kin. He can't use certain spells. Impy Classic WoW. Maybe show him some love if you guys are looking for something new to watch or different. I love seeing stuff like that. I love people doing the hardcore challenge in a different way, you know, whether it's the Iron Man or whatever. So many different things you can do. Gaming Grandma is doing Return to Moria. I'm going to be watching some of that. Stopped by and left a comment on the channel, and I returned the favor through her subscription. They are free. Alright, we need the defenders here. And the geomancers, I believe. Yeah. I think they have to be level 13 for us to get credit. Is that an upgraded cloak? No, it's not. I gotta make up some water. I didn't do that. It's not a good way to start. Let's get some water going here. Making up 18. I also could put my dampen magic up against these casters. Here we go. Yeah, so level 20. I also get another rank of Conjure Water. This is great. This is going to give me the better water to drink. We need that. I think I'm slaying Kreenig, I believe. Having like flashbacks because we kind of like we did this on the Tauren. Do I need the hunters? No, we already did this. Let's see where he goes. Also been watching Jamie from the channel, and The Pursuer, also from the channel. And Wow Mamaka. Or Mamaka Wow. I think it's Mamaka Wow. Uh-oh. Am I going to pull here? Yes, we are. So we got to reset here. I get too much pushback. Wow, what kind of range do you have, dude? He's like, all kinds. We got all kinds of range. I get too much pushback trying to cast against two targets. Also, I want to be closer. I want to be in range. Well, Arcane Missiles works, but I want to be able to Fire Blast this guy. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing all right. Today is a Saturday for me. No, it's actually Sunday. Days and nights blend together. I'm going to take the trash cans down. Take them down this evening. I like to do that for my landlord, so she doesn't have to mess with it. She's got enough going on. But it does require me to go outside, and I know that sounds ridiculous, but so much trouble I'm having in my personal life. Not wanting to leave, like go outside. It's not good. Did you make it over there? You did not. Oh my God! Jesus! So this is one of the rarest mobs in the game. Well, not this particular mob, but I say this every time. But it's an elite mob because it has the golden dragon portrait. But it's also a rare mob. Right? There's elites and there's rares, but that is an elite rare. And I almost started to pull it. It is a caster, though. That's the only thing that would have worked in my favor, is it would have stood there and cast, I think. We don't want an elite melee mob on us. Here's the easiest place to get this supply crate. I don't know if it's here every time, but it's way easier, I think. Especially if you're in here at their level. That can be a tricky one.
Well done.
Oh, we don't have this quest. I don't have Kreenig yet. Right? Where is he? I don't even see him. It'll be a follow-up. There he is. Oh, I do have him. We're on this quest. Okay. Thanks for the tips. Somebody was letting me know it's not a good idea to try to get arcane missiles off if a mob is right on top of me, because I just get one of them off. It's a channeled spell, so I need to stop doing that. Frostbolt into arcane missiles, pretty good. Frostbolt into one fireball into arcane missiles might also be nice as well. Let's get you out of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and do what I just said I wasn't going to do. Also, we can get a white wand. And I'm going to get one for situations like that. Especially if I'm out of mana and something is trying to get away. Maybe I can get a couple of shots off on the wand. There's a wand vendor. Somebody told me. I feel like it's Brill, but I don't think so. I know where there's a wand vendor in Stormwind, but we obviously can't go there. There's probably one in Ogremar or Undercity, like an equivalent. I'll just look it up. I want to get that sooner than later, though. See if we can get it this episode. Coming off of a fresh level up just last episode. Kind of sucks about these level 12s, which is most of them, so we're not getting any XP for it. Let's get this guy out of the way. Watch out for this hunter. We can pick this guy off now. Alrighty. 2 more defenders. And the geomancers are actually back here. Two of each. A little too close there. Both level 12. It's kind of crappy. Works pretty well. So I dug out my record player like last month. It's basically brand new record player because I had intended to use it for, and I still might do this, a special series on the channel, like completely different. I don't know. I might do it on my music channel. It would make more sense. I've got another channel. Anyway, I got this album off of eBay for $6. Shipping was like almost 15. But it's an album from like 1971. It's a horror story album, and it's narrated by this guy. I think his name's Nelson Amand or something. I can't remember. So there's, I think, 6 stories. It's a double album, right? So 2 records. And then you have each side of the record. But there's like 6 stories from Edgar Allan Poe. There's a Charles Dickens story called The Signal Man, which I'd never even heard of before. Interesting story. And then a couple of other ones. The Cast... Oh, no, that's Edgar Allan Poe. There's The Mummy's Foot.
Well done.
All these old classics, like horror stories. And I was listening to it. I've been listening to it last couple nights. So I listened to the first album night before last, and I listened to the second album last night. Really cool. And it has all of the artwork. Well, it has artwork from this guy, Harry Clark, and I've mentioned him before. He's my favorite Edgar Allan Poe illustrator. Really unique, creepy style. So the album cover is this really creepy looking picture. I can actually show it to you. So it's called Tales of Terror. That creepy cover there. Yeah. So yeah, there's 6 Edgar Allan Poe stories, which is the first entire album. Then there's a Charles Dickens story, a Théophile Gautier, not sure, I'm probably saying that wrong, Robert Stevenson, Ambrose Bierce, Fitzjames O'Brien, and another one by Stevenson. A lot of cool stuff. But I just had the headphones on, was just chilling. It was cool. It was interesting to listen to. We can pull this Plane Strider without pulling these 2 things. They're not connected. You know, he gave me weird dreams. The narrator, I like the narrator, but I gotta say, he narrates a little bit too quickly. He's very animated. He's got a great voice for it, but I don't know if he was, like, they made him do that on purpose. Maybe it was like a time constraint thing for the record, but it took a little bit out of it for me. I think space, you know, in between sentences or words or whatever adds a lot. But it's, you know, it's like I said, it's an old album, and you can hear people in the background doing like special effects. It's really cool. It also had this weird echo because it was bleed through during the recording. You can hear a pre-echo and a post-echo on the guy's voice and sound effects at when he's a little bit louder. I like stuff like that. And the album is so old. I was looking at the cover, and you could see like where people had put a piece of paper on it or writing, you know, it makes you wonder like how many people owned this album, what's the history of it, you know. I think about things like that a lot. Well, not a lot, but we're looking for Plane Strider kidneys here. I got all of the albums, well, I'd say inherited. I didn't really get anything from my dad when he passed. It was unexpected, and he didn't really have anything anyway, but he had a bunch of albums. And I had all of those. I'm talking about classic albums. Like 2 milk crates. You probably don't know what milk crates are. It's like these wooden box frames, and it was full of albums. I had a bunch of them up in Connecticut when I lived there. This early mid-90s. But I had to leave. And I left them at this place I was staying with the intention of going back to get them at some point. And it was like the guy that I was renting a room from this guy I worked with in his house. He was like, yeah, just put it in my storage shed in the back. But I left Connecticut and never went back. I left in like 1999 or something like that. They're long gone by now. So the guys that I was staying with, you know, he's a friend from work, obviously. Oh, I need lion tusks too. Gosh, man, we're not getting any XP off of these things. I think the lions over there provide more XP. Anyway, the guy had 2 kids. He had a son and a daughter. And the son was, I would say he was 10 or 11, somewhere in there. So we would play video games and stuff, you know, on the Sega Genesis. Play Tomb Raider or whatever. He was a cool kid. But I taught him some guitar. I remember teaching him like a little bit of Stairway to Heaven and things like that. And I was working out all the time then. And I later became friends with the guy on Facebook, and he's in his 30s now, I think. Big kid. He well, just like the last 3 years, he like transformed himself. Hardcore in the gym. The dude has got a great body. This dude he could compete. He must be eating really well. No, I don't want to say he's into steroids or anything. You know, it could be natural, but he put on a lot of muscle really quickly. He's a big kid. But anyway, it's cool to kind of connect with him and just touch base a little bit. It's not like we talk, you know, but when we first connected on Facebook, we talked a little bit about playing Tomb Raider, like that first Tomb Raider game way back in the day, and he remembered the guitar that I taught him and all of that, and it was cool. Anyway, I wish I had all those albums, is the whole point of that story. I'm sure they were thrown out.
What do you need? Strength.
Just take for whatever sells for more, which is the hammer.
Go forth to victory.
The hammer. So we're going to go right back here and try to fight these lions. I think they should be a little bit higher level. Get some XP. One arcane missile works when it's low on health. I do need that wand. We're going to have to... I'm going to look it up wherever it is. Hopefully Undercity, or Orgrimmar, we can find one. The only time I'm really going to use it is if something's running away, because it's not going to compete, or if I'm completely out of mana. This is the only 2 times, because it just won't compete with the damage my spells can do. But it'll work. Because especially something, you know, is running away or whatever, and I'm out of mana, it could keep it from getting to another mob to pull. Some tiger's eye. Lovely. I also feel like these versions of the stories were abridged, or yeah, abridged when they like shorten the story or something. I don't know. I've read a lot of Poe. And I've heard other audio. Like I used to have a cassette tape. I wish I knew who that narrator was. I had a cassette tape. And we would listen to it. We were in high school, and I had a Ford Volare. They used to be used as cop cars. Some places used them. Like this little four-door car. We would sit, me and my brother, and these two guys we knew, Dak and Rush. And we would sit out in the car in the evenings. Getting toasty. Listen to this cassette tape with the best narrator ever. And it was, one of the stories on it was The Telltale Heart. It's just, it was a good time. Anyway, it seemed longer. The story definitely seemed longer, so I think that I do have like an abridged version or something, which is kind of a shame. I guess they did that so that they could fit all of the stories on the album or something. Okay, we got to go right here. So level 16 hyena, I'm out of mana. They hit really hard. We'll just be dead here. So what I'm going to do is just keep an eye on my food and drink, and when it's not gray anymore, it means I'm out of combat. Which is now. Yikes. Gotta go loot that lion. Got a raptor there as well. Interesting. Just got a green mall there. +4 spirit. That's kind of garbage. But we can vendor that for almost 10 silver. Stay away from me, man. I think we also are going to need a thunder lizard, thunder lizard horn down here to finish this quest up. Looks like this is finished rendering. That was Tolkien horn. Is that one? It's such a terrible headache when I woke up this morning. I took allergy pill, waited about an hour, still had it, just took some ibuprofen. Starting to subside a little now. These are kind of close together here. Don't want to pull two. Alrighty. The turtles, huh? How are we doing on time? I think we're going to head back here. I got to change my Hearthstone back to the crossroads because we're going to be over here for a bit, and then we will eventually be going back to Silver Pine Forest to do some quests there when they turn green. I think there's still 2 or 3 quests in that area I want to do. Oh. Yeah, it's not the best use of rested XP fighting gray mobs. Some of them are green, but the majority were not, so we could have been a lot further up. But again, the only reason I would ever do this is because I know there's a follow-up, which will lead me to a green quest or a yellow quest or whatever, so... I worked on some, I've got new badges for my channel members. Spent a couple hours on that the other day. It's not the best looking badges, but I don't know, I wanted to do something. I'm going to be tweaking them a little bit. I'm going to add, by the time this comes out, I may have already done it. I don't know, it depends. But I'm going to add some, like a colored border to the badges. There's 9 badges. It's kind of crazy. People are on some people are on their 24th, or the 12th month. Yeah, I've been monetized for... Actually, I think it's getting close to 18 months. So people are going to be coming up on their 18-month badge. That's kind of cool. Right, let's sell a few things. Do a little repair.
Speak, friend.
We do repair automatically. I don't think that'll sell. It has spirit on it. No, Tiger's Eye will sell. That one, that might sell. We'll see if that sells. Strider meat. Let's see, let's do it this way. There's some contract water, some bread. Some bread. Strider meat might sell. How are we doing on first age? First age. We need some wool. Yes, we do. There you go, brother. Fuzzy logic. $35 minutes. We could do this quest. I could run into Mulgore. Turn Mulgore, not okay. Try again. Mulgore. Go up here to Thunder Bluff. Let's turn in this real quick. Well, oh, also Ratchet.
Loktar, for the Horde. Dabu. Go forth to victory.
Port to Craddock.
Dabu, go with honor.
We know where that is. Oh, let me set the Hearthstone. Yeah, so somebody was saying they preferred longer episodes. They should be an hour. I like feedback like that. I appreciate it.
What brings you here? We shall meet again.
I was shortening them up quite a bit. Just like a half an hour. Thank you. Man, Mark of the Wild is so good. I'm just not allowed to have it. So we'll make this one a little bit longer of an episode. I'm in kind of a chill mood anyway. Let me make sure I don't have...
Sub.
Yeah. So we have to run down. It's like, I really want you to have it, brother. I can't. I can't have it, my friend. We can actually maybe do the Mancrick's wife thing, if depends on what mobs are around it. Oh, I wanted to go to Ratchet. That's okay. Oh, I don't have the... Oh, right, I need the Thunder Lizard horn. Yeah, so let's see if we can get one of these lower level Thunder Lizards. Get the horn off of it, and we can finish up that quest. It goes to Ratchet. Unicorn zebras. Zebras. Okay, gotta be careful. Stuff jumps up in level down here, especially after you cross this little bridge here. It's always a little nerve-wracking coming in from Mulgore. This little section right here. It's always rough. I don't know why they made Taurens do that. I don't know why they didn't, like, just come up through here or something. I guess it's just the way the map worked out. But I talked about that before. It's like, I don't think there's any other race where you go into your third area. You know, you have your starting zone and then secondary area. Then that third area. I don't think there's any other race who has like such a difference in level range. Quite like the Tauren does. Let's give him some intellect. I'm going to put a bandage on him as well. There we go. Classic, man. So Mancrick's wife's right over here. The body of... So I'm going to have to clear. These things are hostile. Do I have to clear? Let's just do it anyway.
Well done.
Level 18, yikes. I wonder why this, it says like it's showing as like level 15. Wonder how we do. It's just basically caster on caster here. Don't go out of range. Oh man, that really screws me up when that happens. Okay, it's doable.
Well done.
That's pretty lucky. So that goes to Ratchet. There's another part of that quest we can do if we want to do it. We can't use the reward because it has one of those yin and yang things where you get a benefit, but you also get like a debuff at the same time. You only find those things in Classic, I'm pretty sure, like Delilah's ring. You get a positive and a negative. There's a few items like that. I think they got rid of that kind of stuff, though. But yeah, I think it boosts your stamina but lowers your spirit or something like that, or like intellect or something. I guess it's just because it's like a brew, so I think it's like you get drunk and you get ballsy, so you think you have more, you know, gusto or whatever, but you get stupider. Which is often the case with drunk people. Camp Taurajo. I watched a movie called The Pledge last night. Jack Nicholson. And I thought I had seen it before, but I was watching it, and I don't think I've ever seen the movie. It was directed by Sean Penn. Had some pretty well-known, decent actors in it. It was a pretty weird movie. It didn't have a good resolution to it. Well, I'll just say, like, it doesn't have a happy ending. It doesn't feel like the good guy wins, like that type of thing, which I don't mind at all. I'm not really one for really corny, cheesy, happily ever after movies. But you were kind of rooting for the guy, Jack Nicholson's character. Yeah, it's called The Pledge. He plays a detective. Well, he's retiring. And on the night of his retirement, there's a horrific murder, and he goes to look at it and ends up in his retirement basically trying to track this guy down. And yeah. Pretty good movie, though. Has some, like, big actors who had really small roles in it. Helen Mirren and Harry Dean Stanton. Sam Shepard. I love that guy. Robin Wright, something Penn Wright or something like that. Not getting that name right. Benicio del Toro plays a I wasn't too happy with... He was playing a specific type of role. He was playing somebody who was mentally challenged. He's playing an Indian. But I didn't like how he elected to play the character. I don't know, it could have been based off somebody. Actors on that level, they will often base characters off of, you know, they'll go talk to somebody if they're, especially if they're playing like the movie's based on an actual person. I think most cases actors will go meet the person and just kind of, you know, just have a conversation with them, but they'll be studying their personality, little things that they do, things like that. I don't know if that character was something like that, but I can be very hypercritical, that's for sure. I've learned that about myself a long time ago. A great example of that is I pissed somebody off. It might have been, I can't remember. Was it David? I made a comment on the Gladiator movie. The Gladiator is a work of art. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. The soundtrack is incredible. The writing is incredible. The acting is incredible. It's a great, great movie. But since I'm a hypercritical person, I essentially focused on this one thing that I didn't like about the movie. And it was just this one character played by, what's the guy's name? Ralph Hagen, I think, or something. He's like the big bodybuilder guy. And the only thing I didn't like was I feel like the lines that they gave him just weren't that good. It felt like it was... Like there was another character, the camel vendor or whatever, the trader. He had some funny lines, but I think they were much more well done. But yeah, he played like this big, kind of like brainless brute, which is okay. I just kind of focused on the fact that I thought his dialogue, it just felt like a little bit of comic relief in a film that just didn't need it. That's all I was saying on that. But that's the thing, man. If somebody likes something, they can look past things and they can find no fault or no wrong in stuff. I'm like the opposite. A good example of that is this game, right? I love this game, but I can find all kinds of faults with it and point it out and say, I don't like this, I don't like that. Some of my favorite bands, like I'm a massive Led Zeppelin fan, but I can also say they just weren't that good live. Zeppelin is a studio band. They've had good shows, like The Song Remains the Same. They actually made that into like a movie. But for the most part, and I've seen a lot of Zeppelin footage, they just weren't that good live. And it's just, again, it's just my opinion, but I think the more passionate you are about something or the more you like something, I think the easier it is to potentially, at least in my case, to see what I'll say is a flaw. I don't know. But yeah, one of my favorite movies ever. The ending of it made me cry. Like the music and everything. It's just so well done. Damn it. I missed the jump. Great effing movie. It has, oh man, Sean Harris was in that. He was the original Dumbledore, that guy. Just incredible. That guy's been in so many good movies. And his son... Oh, no, it was Richard Harris. His son is Sam Harris. Oh, is it Sam? I can't remember. They're both amazing actors. But Richard Harris, man, just so good. He plays a very good bad guy. He's just got this... Well, he's passed, but he had this... I don't know. He's just good for those roles. But look what he did in Dumbledore. Like the first Harry Potter. I have seen that movie. Bits and pieces of it. But I remember seeing him as Dumbledore. My favorite character in it, for sure. Is this where we... Yeah, okay, this is where we're going. I've not really seen the other Harry Potter movies, and I don't really remember anything from the first movie.
I'm listening.
Good.
Embrace the shadow.
All right. We can't use that. We can't use that. Can't use that. But I'm wondering if we can actually use that.
Beware the living.
So we need to hide this quest. It's a dungeon quest. We can pick this up. It goes to the sepulcher. Yuri's grave.
I'm listening.
Can we use this? It doesn't... Well, I guess you would say that's a buff, right? It's not green. Then again, I don't know if armor pots and health pots, they show up in green. Increase run speed by 50% for 15 seconds. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think we can use that. Anyway, let's call this an episode. Nice thing about being like a city like this, you don't have to be in an inn. You can just log out wherever, maintain your rested XP. And we still have an entire bar full, which is awesome. Maybe hit level 19 next episode. Let's see if anybody wants... I'm just going to sell these, actually. Pretty good for hardcore people doing the hardcore challenge. I don't think I can use them. A little bit of a profit there and that. I'll sell the linen if we're going to make anything. Yeah. I'll sell it. But I actually want to keep the venom sac for myself there. All right. That'll do it. The chill ambience of Mulgore and Thunder Bluff. That'll do it for this episode. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. Appreciate it. You guys and gals take care. Susie and I will catch you in tomorrow's episode.
It's been real.